Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Import Export Platform, Facebook Live from Zurich State Academy. And this morning we'll be looking at Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars. And our focus this time around will be livestock, and I'm focusing on cattle. And my particular interest is in processed leather. But I'm looking at cattle because that's where leather comes from. Remember, our objective in this program basically is to stimulate conversation and help Nigerian government understand the fact that Nigerian states have every reason to be successful and that the excuses they are giving are really unwarranted and unacceptable, and that they've been elected to be able to ensure that the people are taken care of, both security-wise, economic-wise, employment-wise. And we are saying, if they don't have idea of what to do, okay, let's keep suggesting and making the information available so that people that are close to them can also suggest to them that, look, see what I saw on the internet or what we can do to be able to generate income in our state. And that's the whole objective of this. So even when we talk about some states, we don't have the intention of just indicting people unnecessarily. But we're just saying that if a state says it can't pay salary and it has all that it takes for it to be successful, then the state does not have an excuse. So our intention is very, what's the name? Professional, and it's advisory and also eye-opening for those that might be interested in ensuring that their state become viable. So we've talking about a number of things. Remember, I'm going through different products that have potential before I will now go back to different states one by one. I'm hoping probably I'll be able to do different states from this week, but I'm sure that for the rest of the month, we are still going to be discussing this issue. Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars, and I'm looking at potential of export product and markets. And today I'm looking at leather. Let me start with cattle first of all. Nigeria has been ranked among one of the world producers of cattle in the world. Do you know that Brazil is the largest producer of cattle? And this is followed by India, followed by China, followed by United States, then Ethiopia, Argentina, Sudan, Pakistan, Mexico, Australia, Tanzania, Bangladesh, Colombia, and our dear Nigeria. Nigeria is the 14th largest producer of cattle in the world. Nigeria is the largest, 14th largest producer of cattle in the world. But who are the largest exporter of cows in the world? Largest exporter of cows in the world, or let me say exporter of beef in the world. Brazil, India, Australia, United States, New Zealand. Brazil, India, Australia, United States, New Zealand. They are the largest exporter of beef in the world. Largest exporter of beef in the world. But can we check the largest exporter of leather products in the world? Largest. Now, for example, do you know that leather shoes, leather footwear, the market is 51.3 billion. Leather shoes, leather footwear. The market is 51.3 billion. Leather shoes, leather footwear. Market alone, 51.3 billion naira dollars. 51.3 billion dollars. Leather shoes, leather wears. That is interesting for me, and that is amazing. That is interesting, and that is amazing. Leather shoes, leather wears, having this kind of huge potential. And that tells you actually about leather products generally. Now, if you look at concentrated milk, which is a fallout of cow, $18.9 billion. Milk, $18.9 billion. $18.9 billion. Now, in terms of you will see something about United States I want to point out to you. Even though Brazil is the largest producer of cow, and United States is the fourth largest producer of cow, Brazil is producing more than ×2 of what US is producing for cow. But US, in terms of milk production, US is the largest producer of milk, followed by India, followed by China, and that is instructive. US is the largest producer of milk, followed by India, followed by China. US is number 4, behind Brazil, India, and China. But US has been able to ensure that the cattle produce enough yield of milk. The largest producer of milk in the world is the US, but the largest producer of cattle in the world is Brazil. Nigeria have everything it takes to be one of the world producers of cattle. We are already among top 14, even with the herdsmen issue. We are already among first 14 without ranches. We are even among first 14 without really taking the issue of cattle rearing as a business, without putting them in a place and treating them and doing everything to make them more productive. Because when the cattle also walk around, you know, someone that is sedentary will likely have a lot of flesh, a lot of fat, a lot of stuff, because it's sedentary. It's not moving around. When the cattle move around, it might make them stronger, someone will say, but in terms of beef content, flesh, milk, it also affects it. So ranching is a good way to go. It's something the government must consider. Is it not interesting that what is generating billions of dollars for some country is creating problems for other countries? Cattle rearing is generating billions of dollars for United States, both in beef export, in milk export. But in Nigeria, it is creating problems, almost dividing Nigeria. It's creating problems, almost dividing Nigeria. The same thing helping other countries to excel is making other countries to fail. The same thing, making some country to excel is making another country to fail, to even want to disintegrate. The same thing. It's interesting for me, really. What is causing problem for us is money making for other countries. And that tells you about different countries, the fact that, look, it's not really about the cattle. It's about the way the issue is being handled. Clearly, that's what they are telling us clearly. That this is not really about the cattle. It's really about how the issue is being handled. Because the same thing causing problem in one country, causing disintegration in one country, causing fight in one country, the same thing is making other countries to make billions of dollars. To make billions of dollars. That is interesting for me. That is interesting for me. So when you look at all the product coming out of cattle, just cattle, all the product coming out of cattle, is enough for Nigeria to be the best it can be. Enough for Nigeria to be the best it can be. But you know what? That same thing is the one dividing us. That same thing is what is dividing us. What should be helping us to be to be making so much money? From leather apparel, to leather shoes, to milk, they are all in billions of dollars. They are all in billions of dollars. And I say again, Nigerian states are billionaires in dollars. That's why a northern state cannot say they are not able to do what they need to do because of some inadequacy. Nigerian state, northern Nigerian state, have best opportunity I can imagine. Much more than other states in the country. The only disadvantage is that they don't have access to water. Is it minerals? They have it. Is it agri? They have it. What is it? So why is it that they don't have money to take care of the people? Why is it that we have a lot of out-of-school children in the north? The Nigerian northern governor need to wake up to their responsibility and ensure that we spoof end to this menace on our hands caused by the fact that many of our youth are idle. Let's go through the market of cow. Number one, leather apparel. The largest exporter of leather apparel is China. The largest exporter of leather apparel is China. The largest exporter of leather apparel is China. China is the largest exporter of leather apparel. Is it not interesting? China is but China is actually behind India, Pakistan, Turkey, Italy. China, even though is the second or third largest producer of cow, but is the what? Largest exporter of leather clothing. Largest exporter of leather clothing. This is a $6.62 billion. We have not even done a lot on our cattle. Currently, we can do so much more for our cattle. I'm talking about the potential that cattle rearing have for a country. That it should not be something that will divide us, but rather something that will help us to grow, to excel, to increase. But you know what? It is literally dividing Nigeria. It is literally, when people are unable to manage their challenges, every country, every nation have its own challenge. But when people are unable to manage their challenges, this is exactly what happens. When we are very, very sentimental, instead of looking for the criminal among these people and deal with the criminals and do what we need to do to grow this economy. We just believe in the 21st century, what happened in the 18th century is going to happen. That someone, because you give him a land to be able to do a business, is then going to take over the land. But the northern are already in the south. And then, don't we have Sabo already in the south? We have Sabo. Sabo in the south basically are places where you have a lot of Hausa people, Fulani people. Someone was talking yesterday on the program I was viewing online of how these people are in Benin. And in some community, they already take over a particular area already. They are like the owner of those areas, but they are not the owner of the state. Because they have a particular area of land. So we should not be, we allow mistake we make. We've forgotten that the history Nigeria had in that time, Yoruba had in that time, was a betrayal. That Afonja, a betrayal of the Oyo Empire by Afonja, that made them to take over a lorry. So that's why we had that issue in the 18th century. And we cannot say because of that, 19th century rather, we can't say because of that and say, oh, they want to come and take over again. It's 21st century for crying out loud. How do we expect that will happen? But they are living among us already. So why are we afraid of the headers? Why are we not afraid of the people that are already living and doing business? I grew up in Ekiti State, and I know a particular place they call Sabo in Ekiti State in Ado, and you see so many of them selling there. Predominantly outside people selling grains. They have houses there. They live there. But I give them that power to be able to. So why are we afraid? Instead of us to be thinking of economic value of this for us, I believe it should be ranching, not the ruga I've been talking about. Because what has worked in both of the world is ranching. Get the cow together in a particular place to keep them, not settlement. But in a particular place, the people can live somewhere else and take care of them. Give them food, give them everything you need for them to grow, so that we can enjoy the benefit, the humongous benefit of rearing cattle. Ordinary trading of the leather apparel is 6.62 billion. Government has made money available to fund cashew nut. Do you know that cashew nut is about 6 billion? The whole of raw cashew nut. Just leather apparel is 6.62 billion. Just leather apparel is 6.62 billion. If you now come to leather shoes, 51 billion. Leather shoes, 51 billion. Milk, concentrated milk, 18.9 billion. Milk, concentrated milk, 18.9 billion. I'm only discussing the economy that resides in cattle. The economy that resides in cattle alone. The economy that resides in cattle alone. The economy that resides in cattle alone. Fermented milk, $4.09 billion market. Fermented milk, $4.09 billion market. Fermented milk. Fermented milk. I'm still talking about the economy of cattle. Economy of cattle. Economy of cattle. Economy of cattle. The milk used to feed infants, the milk for cereals, the milk for flour, the milk for starch is $10 billion market. $10 billion market. I'm still talking about the economy of cattle. I'm still talking about the economy of cattle. Economy of cattle. I'm talking about the economy of cattle alone. The potential that resides in the economy of cattle alone. The potential that resides in the economy of cattle alone. Cream powder. Cream powder. Unsweetened cream powder. $9.2 billion. Remember, we are talking about the economy of cattle. So Nigeria can know what is missing when we are not doing something on making money from cattle and exporting it. Economy of cattle alone. Economy of cattle alone. The natural milk. That's the Fura di Nunu. The Fura di Nunu, natural milk. $1.15 billion. Economy of cattle. Economy of cattle. If I go to leather, $51 billion footwears. $51 billion footwear. Raw leather or processed leather. Processed leather. $8.92 billion. Processed leather. $8.92 billion. I'm talking about the economy of cattle. Cattle products. Export of cattle products. Cattle products. Cattle products. Cattle products. And I'm focusing only on milk. And I'm focusing only on milk and leather. I'm focusing only on milk and leather. I'm focusing only on milk and leather. And someone is saying, you know, we're just unnecessarily afraid. We're just unnecessarily afraid of what we should find a way to even make money from. And I heard that most of the cattle you see in the south are owned by Southerner. Even though the rarer are the Fulanese. Most of the cattle you find in the east are owned by the Easterners. Even though the cattle are reared by Fulanese. We are beating the drum of war. Raising a 1 million man army. Forgetting about what happened at the Biafran war. How people lost their life. How people were killed. What is it? This is supposed to be something we can take advantage of. And make it a business of the Southerner, not just the Northerner alone. Why are we not turning our problem into opportunities and begin to export cattle products? Why is it that we want to kill ourselves? We want to fight. Drum of war beating everywhere. Just because we believe some people want to take over our land, they want to Islamize, they want to Fulanize, and we're just talking in the 21st century. Forgetting that when this happened many years ago, they can afford to do that because at that time, the world was not what it is today. People just carry war and kill people and take over. It just happened like that. But how can it happen today? It's just like a country today saying it wants to take over another country. And then the whole world will be looking at it for it to happen. Why are we so myopic? And it's so unfortunate that Southwesterners that is believed to be very educated people are the ones talking like this. Can we take a second look at cattle and appreciate the economy of cattle rearing and look at the benefit to the world and begin to take huge advantage and become farmers of cattle in the South, learn the trade, and compete favorably with the Northerners? Why are we afraid? Instead of using it as an opportunity for us to become cattle rearer ourselves through ranching, not going about in the bush. Nigeria is producing less than 30 million cattle, whereas Brazil is doing over 200 million. US is doing almost 100 million cattle. And they are exporting milk, they are exporting beef, they are exporting leather, they are exporting the cow itself, making billions of dollars. And we are busy fighting because of cattle. I think the Southwest must have a rethink. I think we must take advantage of the fact that they have more pasture in the South. They have more lush green grasses in the South because we're in the rainforest region. And take advantage, educate our youth, empower them, train them to start rearing cattle in the South. So we have enough ranches and take advantage of the opportunity. Why are we fighting ourselves because of cattle? Why are we not turning this challenge into opportunity for export? Why are we not becoming cattle rearer ourselves, using ranches and modern methods? If these people are coming to the South, that means the South is good enough for cattle to be reared in the South, not just in the North. Only that traditionally, the Fulani are used to rearing cattle and moving up and down. But this is 21st century. Countries, can you imagine? We move up and down with the cattle. We move up and down with the cattle. The Fulani move up and down with the cattle, but they're not the largest cattle producer in the world. What does that tell you? Moving up and down with the cattle is not the way to go. We will take over the cattle business in the Southwest if we just embrace ranching and take over and own the business of cattle rearing ourselves, rather fighting ourselves, beating the drum of war because of sentiments. Beating the drum of war because of sentiments. Cattle alone can, a state in Southwest can take over, can decide that they want to be rearing cattle. They can decide, create ranching for yourself. The state government should create the ranching for himself. Buy cattle, rear the cattle, grow the cattle, export the cattle. Are we not thinking? Are we not, sometimes you just be wondering, things that are supposed to be an advantage and opportunity, we are fighting of it. State governors don't have money. Here is cattle business creating billions of dollars across the world. And the Fulani are coming to your state to feed their animal. And you don't see that, oh, if they are bringing it there, that means this environment is good for this animal to grow. Why can't I, as a state governor, create ranching in my state? Train my people in the modern way of cattle farming. Train my people in the modern way of cattle farming. Train my people in the modern way of cattle farming. and use it as an opportunity to create jobs in the southwest and south and southeast. Rather than fighting and saying the Fulani should not come down. If you are competing with them, you won't fight them, they will go up north. If you are competing, the business is not trying it again because there is competition. We are now rearing the cattle and using it to generate revenue for the state governor. Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. We are just prodigal children. So blessed, but so poor. So blessed, but so unwise. So blessed, but so prodigal. Some country cannot rear cattle. They don't even have the grasses. Most of the Middle East countries are in the desert. They can't even afford to rear the cattle. We have the opportunity to rear the cattle. We are fighting. Instead of us begin to think of how we can begin to compete, use it as a way of creating job for our people. Why can't we create job for our people, crying out loud? Why can't we take over and own it? Own that business in the southwest, crying out loud. Why can't we begin to produce leather, produce milk, produce beef, and export them to generate billions of dollars and take part and advantage, become part of the owners? Markets are waiting for you, my friends. Markets are waiting for you. Are you thinking of leather shoe? Germany will buy. France will buy. Italy is buying. United Kingdom is buying. Japan is buying. US is buying. Hong Kong is buying. China is buying. Are you thinking of the concentrated milk? Are you thinking of the leather footwear? The one I mentioned now was the leather apparel. Leather apparel. Who are the major buyer of leather apparel? Germany, Italy, France. Europeans are a major buyer of leather apparel because it's cold there. Asia are a major buyer of leather apparel because it's cold there. United States are a major buyer of leather apparel because it's cold there. Africa is not a major buyer. Middle East don't even buy. Why? It's hot there. All those countries that is cold are major buyer of leather apparel. Look at other footwear, leather footwear. Who are the buyer of leather footwear? United States is a buyer of leather footwear. Europeans are major buyer of leather footwear. From Germany to France to Italy to UK to Netherlands to Belgium to Russia to Spain to United States to Hong Kong to Japan, they are major buyer of leather footwear. How about the concentrated milk? Concentrated milk have a huge market in China, have a huge market in Hong Kong. Asians are major buyer of concentrated milk. Asians are major buyer of concentrated milk. Asians are major buyer of concentrated milk. From China to Hong Kong to UAE to Saudi to Oman to Indonesia to Bangladesh to Malaysia to Philippines to Thailand to Sri Lanka, major buyer of concentrated milk. Even the South American, Mexico, even Africa, Algeria. So when you are thinking of AFCFTA, African Continental Free Trade Agreement, we can export a lot of milk to North Africa, from Egypt to Algeria, to Libya, to Angola, to Sudan. A lot of the Northern African countries are major buyer of concentrated milk. A major buyer of concentrated milk. Who are the major buyer of processed leather? China, Italy, Vietnam, Hong Kong, Germany, United States, major buyer of processed leather. How about the fermented milk? Fermented milk, who are the major buyer of fermented milk? Europeans are major buyer of fermented milk. From UK to Italy to Netherlands to Germany to Portugal to Spain to Russia to France to Sweden, they are major buyer of fermented milk. So how come we have a huge opportunity and we are throwing it into the trash? Nigeria, wake up! Southwestern leader, wake up! Let's do what we need to do to make Nigeria great again. Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. There's no reason why we should be fighting because of Ruga. We should use Ruga, begin to do ranching in the south. Compete with the Fulani herdsmen. Show them the better way to make money from cattle rearing. so that they can begin to do even ranching where they are, instead of moving up and down. We can begin to make all the money from the export of cow, to the export of beef, to the export of milk, to the export of leather, and make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of $billion. Thank you very much for listening again this morning. My name is Billionaires, this import-export platform, Facebook Live from Trinity Media Academy. Please know that this video is on our YouTube channel. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I can assure you, you're going to see a lot of resources on that channel that will help you. Remember, our channel is 3 Impacts TV. And if you go to 3 Impacts TV, you can see a lot of other videos we've done. As far as this issue is concerned, the Nigerian businesses, the Nigerian states rather, are billionaires in dollars. See you in the evening as we continue this conversation on Nigerian state are billionaires in dollars. Thank you very much.